Senator Ron Johnson now says there are no rhinos on the Senate Homeland Security Committee holding up subpoenas of key Obamagate suspects and actors. Johnson attributed his initial suggestion of rhino resistance yesterday to a, quote, misunderstanding between him and radio host Hugh Hewitt. Johnson's office telling us today that, quote, committee members want Chairman Johnson to attempt to get voluntary compliance and also to be fully prepared for interviews by obtaining necessary documents before compelling testimony, that is, ordering subpoenas. In an interview with Fox News, Johnson went on to further explain. He said, subpoenas will be forthcoming. That I can guarantee you. Joining us now to help us try to make sense of all of this is Congressman Doug Collins, ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee and Republican candidate for Senate in the grand state of Georgia. Congressman, good to have you with us. We need a little translation, a little Capitol Hill interpretation from you. Johnson says there's rhino resistance on a Wednesday, tells there's none on a Thursday, and meanwhile there are suspects, clear suspects, of doing just what he says didn't happen, that is blocking his effort to get subpoenas on Obamagate, and amongst them, of course, Mitt Romney, Senator Langford. It looks very, very bad for the committee.
Well, it does look bad for the community, but worse, Lou, it looks bad for the U.S. I mean, we need to get to the bottom of this. I've been on here with you a lot. I've been working in the House with my colleagues to get this testimony. Let's just go. I mean, they have had, a long time now in the Senate with a majority to actually get these documents. We both know. Jim Comey, McCabe, Strzok, Page, Brennan, Clapper, all these folks, you need to get them in. Get them on there in a deposition. Get them under oath so that you can ask the questions that need to be asked. The American people want to know. The Congress has been asking for this. We've been asking for this. We've been revealing this for a while. The new transcripts that Lindsey Graham put out, the transcripts that I put out last year, all show that there was wrongdoing. It's time to get to the bottom of it. No matter what the excuse is, let's get them under oath. Let's get this moving, because we're running out of time to actually let the American people show vividly what they did and the corruption they did at this president, who, by the way, had another great day today. They tried to stop this. Could you imagine what would have happened if they'd have stopped President Trump? We would not have had the big success that we had, and right now the world would be in a worse place, I believe. But we've got to get this information out, Lou. No more feet dragging on this.
Yeah. Yeah, well, to your a number of your points, one of which is this president and all that he has achieved, all that he has accomplished, and amongst those achievements is the state of this economy before the Wuhan virus hit. What shape would this country be in if he had not driven the strongest period of prosperity in our country's history before the China virus was unleashed upon us? You can look at this a number of ways. No president has done more than he has in the first 3.5 years of presidency. It's remarkable. But it's also remarkable that the Republican Party has creatures like Mitt Romney, who tried to block the subpoenas around Burisma, now are trying to block subpoenas. We know that that Mitt Romney is amongst those trying to block Ron Johnson's Obamagate investigation. And no one is raising Mitch McConnell, the majority leader. The party leader should be demanding much more from Senator Romney.
We've got to have people willing to stand up. I mean, look, for those of us who stood up for this president, for those of us who stood up for the last 18 months and fought the likes of Nadler, Schiff, and Pelosi, and Schumer, and Durbin, all these folks who wanted to take down this president, who tried to show that there was a corruption around every territory. My question is now, let's be honest with the American people. And if there's a Republican or anybody who wants to stand in the way of this investigation, then let them go to a camera and say why they don't want to know about the corruption of Hunter Biden and Joe Biden. Why don't they want to go and say, why don't they want to know about the corruption that we saw with Comey, Strzok, McCabe, and Page? Why would we not want to know more about what happened with General Flynn when he was unmasked, not just by almost everybody in the Obama administration's senior leadership, but Joe Biden himself as vice president? Lou, it's time we show the world that we're serious about this, because people need to be held accountable for what they did. And if they don't, they'll think they can get away with it, and that's not right.
Well, it's to see Senator Portman, Senator Langford, and Romney, trying to block this by all appearances. We also have this. This statement from Senator Romney. If we could put this up about his idea of blocking Burisma investigations to begin with and subpoenas. He said, "There's no question, but the appearance of looking into Burisma and Hunter Biden appears political, and I think people are tired of these kind of political investigations, and I would hope that if there's something of significance that needs to be evaluated, that it'll be done by perhaps the FBI or some other agency that's..." Oh my gosh, it just goes on. I mean, it's pitiful. It is absolutely pitiful, and he knows what he's doing. And he also has friends and associates, at least one, who was on the board of Burisma, so he looks like he's conflicted and should have recused himself from any comment on it.
Look, I have a question. If this appears political, but it's a wrong, and things were done wrong, and possible laws were broken, and things were circumvented, especially when it would be with Burisma or would it be with the investigation of the president, it's our duty to look into it. It's not about, should we not look into Jim Comey and McCabe and the rest of them because it was political that they wanted to take out the president? No, it was wrong. They signed affidavits to the FISA court. They admitted under oath that were full and accurate when they actually went and told others they knew that it wasn't accurate. In fact, we've also saw just in this past week where now we know that Christopher Wray, who I've called for to resign because he is in a position where they've not been honest with the Senate. The FBI is feet dragging. My question to anybody is, if it's political and it's wrong, you've got to go after right and wrong. Our country understands right and wrong. They understand what's going on, but you can't be afraid of being appearance when you're actually going for the truth. My question is, why aren't we going for the truth?
Yeah, and if Senator Romney's so concerned about political statements and the appearance of being political, he should perhaps examine everything he's said and done concerning President Trump and his reactions to this president throughout. It has been acidic, petty, and purely political on his part. And did he notice that there was a sham special counsel, an absolute contrived coup attempt on the President of the United States seeking to overthrow him by the radical Dems and some rhinos, we might add? Congressman Doug Collins, always good to have you with us. Great to see you. Thanks so much.